Tonight, we journey to the island of Crete, in the heart of the Aegean Sea. Long before the rise of classical Greece, before the glory of Athens or Sparta, there was another great civilization. The Minoans, a people of sailors, artists, and builders, who flourished more than 4,000 years ago. Their palaces gleamed with color, their ships sailed across the Mediterranean, and their myths gave birth to stories that still echo today. Tales of the Minotaur, the Labyrinth, and the sea god Poseidon. So settle in, close your eyes, and let's step back into the ancient world of Crete. The land of Crete is the largest island of Greece, with mountains that rise dramatically from the sea. It is a land of fertile valleys, olive groves, and natural harbors. Here, around 3000 BCE, the Minoan Civilization began to grow. Protected by the sea, the Minoans built a culture that was peaceful compared to many of their neighbors, one based not on conquest, but on trade, art, and creativity. The palaces of the Minoans. At the heart of Minoan life were the palaces. The most famous of these is the Palace of Knossos, near the modern city of Heraclion. It was not a fortress, but a sprawling complex of courtyards, stairways, storerooms, and chambers. Some call it a labyrinth, a maze of endless corridors. The walls were decorated with vivid frescoes, paintings of dolphins leaping from the sea, dancers twisting in bright skirts, and athletes performing the daring ritual of bull leaping. These images show us a society full of color, energy, and a love for beauty. Trade and the sea. The Minoans were masters of the sea. They built sleek ships and sailed across the Aegean and Mediterranean, trading pottery, textiles, and olive oil. In return, they brought back copper, tin, and luxury goods from distant lands. Because of this, the Minoans became wealthy and influential, linking cultures from Egypt to the Greek mainland. Some historians even believe the Minoans were among the first to create a kind of naval empire, controlling sea routes instead of land. Religion and ritual religion was central to Minoan life. The Minoans worshipped goddesses of fertility and nature, often shown holding snakes, symbols of renewal and the earth. Sacred caves, mountaintops, and shrines were part of their spiritual world. The bull was especially important. Frescoes and artifacts suggest rituals of bull worship and the famous bull leaping ceremony, where young men and women vaulted over the horns of charging bulls. It is from these traditions that the later Greek myth of the Minotaur, half man, half bull, may have been born. Life and language Minoan society was advanced for its time. They developed writing systems, including Linear A, which remains undeciphered to this day. They built advanced plumbing systems with flowing water and even flushing toilets. Women held a prominent place in society, as shown by the art that depicts them as priestesses and leaders, standing equal to men. Life in Crete seems to have been vibrant, prosperous, and relatively peaceful. The fall of the Minoans, but like many great civilizations, the Minoans eventually fell. Around 1450 BCE, disaster struck. Some historians believe it was caused by the eruption of the volcano on the island of Thera, modern-day Santorini. The eruption was one of the largest in history, sending ash across the sea, triggering tsunamis, and devastating Crete's cities. In the years that followed, the Minoans weakened, and the rising power of the Mycenaeans from mainland Greece took control. The once great palaces were abandoned, and the Minoan civilization faded into legend. Legacy of the Minoans. Though the Minoans disappeared, their influence lived on. The myths of Crete, the labyrinth, the Minotaur, the god Poseidon's wrath, became part of Greek storytelling. Their art, architecture, and trade networks helped shape the cultures that followed. Even today, when we walk through the ruins of Knossos, we can still feel the echo of a people who celebrated life with color, dance, and faith in the mysteries of nature. The Minoans remind us that history is not only about war and conquest. It is also about creativity, art, and the joy of living. As you drift into sleep, imagine the courtyards of Knossos at sunset, the sea breeze carrying the scent of olive groves, the laughter of dancers, and the splash of dolphins painted on palace walls. And in the quiet of night, the labyrinth of Crete still waits, full of stories untold. Good night.